morning and welcome to Love Every Moment, coming to you today from the Billy Graham Museum in Charlotte, North Carolina. Today's verse is Titus 1:16. They profess to know God, but by their deeds they deny him, being detestable and disobedient and worthless for any good deed. Now in verse 11, which we covered over here, it says that the elders need to silence those who are either causing a disruption in the church, a division in the church, or they are teaching false doctrines, okay? And then in last week's verse, I have the link up here, it says to the pure, all things are pure, but to those who are defiled and unbelieving, nothing at all is pure. Now you got this week's verse that says they profess to know God, and you jump to the end, but they are worthless for any good deed. So let me see if I could wrap up this whole idea here. So remember my metaphor of the car. My life is a car and I'm in the driver's seat. I drive along. I see the Holy Spirit. He tells me I've got a better way for you and explains it. And I decide to obey him and find out it is a better way. And I think, gee, I must be a Christian now because I'm listening to the Lord and I am obeying him. But I'm not a Christian, not yet. Because what the Lord really wants is for me to scooch over into the passenger seat and be hands off all of the controls. The Holy Spirit wants to come into the driver's seat and have control of everything. The steering wheel, the pedals, the gears, and even the simple things like the radio and the temperature and so forth, those mundane things. He wants to control all of my life, the important things and the mundane things, and wants me to be hands off. Once I do that, I'm a true Christian, and not before that, because otherwise I'm in control of my life. He needs to be in control. But once he's in control, then as long as I'm hands off, I don't sin. And that's terrific. Now, I could still sin from the passenger seat if he goes down an alleyway that scares me, or I'd still want to go there. I could reach over and grab the steering wheel, and that is a sin. And he'll have to train me not to do that, and I'll learn my lessons. But if I have not given him control and I'm still in the driver's seat, then I'm not a Christian, and everything I do is a sin, even obeying him. Now, if, for example, I'm watching people give money, I don't know if they're a Christian or not, because non-Christians give to the poor. It's a good thing, but it's a sin. Then there's the people that profess to be Christians, but as it says in today's verse, they're worthless for any good deed. So even when they give to the poor, it's still a sin. Only those who are giving because the Lord is in control of their finances are doing it in a godly way. Okay? And we humans can't really tell who's who, right? But Jesus can tell, and that was in evidence when he was watching people give in the temple, and several people gave large amounts of money, and then this one little widow gave a penny or whatever, and he knew, because he knew their hearts, that she was the one who was giving out of the right motivations. She gave everything she had, and not just out of their abundance and so forth. So the Lord really knows. Now, we can't tell who's really a Christian, and even for an elder, it's not his job to determine this person's a Christian and that person's not. But the elder has to guard against false doctrines and people who are causing divisions, and there are certain indicators as to whether they're of the Lord or not. The main things that we're going to see is if someone is led by the Lord, very soon after, maybe not immediately, but soon after, they are going to exhibit the fruits of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. But if they're not, they're going to exhibit the deeds of the flesh. And 1 John likes to put that into three different categories: the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the boastful pride of life. And that's what the elder can do, is see if they're going down that path and hopefully get them on the right path. But if not, they need to be silenced. But it's all going to be out of love, not out of condemnation. So let's choose to love every moment, because then we're going to love every moment. I'm your average wretch, and I hope you have a great week.